podcast about bourbon and the ones who drink it. This is Bourbon Matters. Welcome to a unicorn episode of Bourbon Matters. I'm Jake.
I'm a magical fairy.
I am Rainbow Bright. PDO.
See the shining light?
Yeah. Because all unicorns have a rainbow or some shit like that, right? I don't know.
Didn't Rainbow Bright rode a unicorn?
There you go. No, it was a pony.
Oh my God, what are you talking about?
Are you sure?
I think it was a pony, yeah.
All right.
Maybe. I mean, actually, I'm going to Google it.
Oh my God.
He's way too young over there to even know what we're
Yeah,
talking
Jake.
about.
Are you
Check
talking
this
about
out,
like
yeah.
My Little Pony or something?
No.
It's an
Rainbow
80s
Bright
It's an
was
80s
a
doll,
cartoon, and she was a doll, and she had rainbow
It
powers.
sounds like something you should not have been watching.
Yeah. It was more of a toy, I think. And then they had a cartoon. But the toy was super famous because if you went to school when I went to school, all the girls had a Rainbow Bright with them. Yeah. That's the only reason I know.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
But I think maybe it was a unicorn. I'm trying to look it up.
So today we are trying. This is the first of our unicorn series. We're just gonna try every once in a while. Hard to find bottle. So today we are trying the two new offerings from Jim Beam, which are under the Hardin's Creek label. This first one we have is the Colonel James B. Beam bottle. It's a 2-year bourbon. And then the second one we're going to try is called Jacob's Well, and it's a 15-year. So yeah, we're excited to try these.
Very excited.
And we just found out we're doing these, so there's a little book on this bottle. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see a nice tiny little book.
That's awesome.
I did my research there about 3 minutes ago.
On the nets, on the webs.
On this little reading.
On the book.
On the little reading book.
Yeah.
So with this one, I'm guessing I didn't read this one, but it doesn't have a nice little book. Hardin's Creek, it's a Jim Beam product.
Yes.
So what they're saying with this is it's kind of a throwback to the Prohibition times, and after Prohibition was repealed, it took James B. Beam 120 days to get the distillery up and running again.
Okay.
And it said on the 121st day is when he started producing his mash for whiskey. And this bottle here, this 2-year, is kind of a tip of the hat to what he would have been making back then, a low proof whiskey. Just coming straight out. And that's what my research says.
You're a good researcher.
Yeah, it's a 2-year aged straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey at 108 proof. And I got that from the bottle.
Dude, you're a good researcher.
Nice work.
I'm so
You
good.
should have gotten a PhD.
I am so good.
You should get a PhD in whiskey research. I would give it to you.
Are you still trying to figure out what Rainbow Bright wrote?
No, I'm reading Breaking Bourbon. 'Cause I have no clue what the hell is happening. It is a pony. Rainbow Bright.
Okay.
Yep, it is a pony.
So yeah, I mean, this is a.
You're cutting off our pony conversation
yeah.
with Rainbow
Jake
Bright?
cuts them off
Not
really
doing this
quick. He's
again.
like, screw this.
So I mean, it's it smells kind of ethanol-y.
It does, yeah. My shirt liked it too. I spilled it on my shirt. Makes a lot of sense.
But you get a decent amount of like corn, grain
It
corn
is
kind of
sweet.
smell.
Yeah. It smells. I don't know if sour is not a smell, of course, but if you could, if sour was a smell, this is what I would imagine sour smelling. It's a little sour. The smell, in a good way, not in a bad way. I mean, not in a rotten way.
Yeah, no.
But it's
Not in a kimchi way.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love kimchi.
Oh.
But in a good way, it's a little sour mashy on the nose, and it's got, to your point, like a very decent amount of corn smell,
Yeah.
sweet and syrupy,
Syrupy's a good word.
Yeah.
and vanilla and oak. I mean, it's on the nose for being a 2-year whiskey. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Very complex on the nose for very young.
I completely agree.
The color's not too bad for a 2-year
Not
either.
too bad. It's a little light, but it's not too bad. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's
this is what like Elmer T. Lee looks like. You know, this is what almost like Eagle Rare looks like this.
yeah, I mean this is like a couple shades lighter than copper.
Agreed. But I
don't know
really
if you-
enjoy the smell of
You
this.
can see it on the camera.
Oh, wow.
The ethanol definitely is coming through on the nose.
Yeah, it's not,
not
too
overpowering.
harsh, but
Yeah. It's
yeah,
not harsh.
it's
That's a good
definitely
point.
there.
But I definitely, you know, I get some apple notes on the nose from this.
Yeah,
I enjoy the smell of this.
it's really light, like apple pie kind of.
Apple pie is a good way to say it. Candy apple pie.
I don't really get like the cinnamon, but I get the like apple vanilla
I don't get
and like
cinnamon. I got vanilla for sure. Oak, vanilla syrup, apple,
yeah.
and again the sweetness of the corn, which again is probably what's giving it the syrup.
Yeah.
Already tried it,
Mm-hmm.
and it is smooth as hell for being a 2-year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
What's the proof on this?
108.
Wow,
I mean, that's-
especially for being a 108.
Yeah.
I should probably position my microphone somewhere else. Because look at the camera. It's like right on my face.
No, it's better that way.
That's a good point. I'll just put it on my gut so they won't see it.
You know what? That's the best thing because now we can't hear him either.
Yeah.
Best move the podcast has ever made.
Well, you guys can hear me. They can't. Smooth as hell. Like this is
Yeah.
a smooth whiskey for being a 2, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading Breaking Bourbon that it's a combination of the rarest Jim Beam whiskeys, and that's great. That's really good. I enjoy this.
I like it. I don't like the finish. I get very big, strong, like a weird peanut butter
Oh,
on the
interesting.
finish.
I don't get that.
But
But now that you mention, I'm getting some peanut butter tones in a good way for me.
Mm-hmm.
it's just the finish. The nose, the palate is really good. The finish kind of ruins it for me, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the finish of it. Everything else is really good. For 108, it's extremely, extremely smooth.
Yeah. Like, I'm getting, it's very like grain forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has that kind of like raw corn kind of taste.
Yeah. That's probably because it's young. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
and like I like it. But to Dan's point, I am getting that. To me, it almost tastes like, when you accidentally eat the like covering of the peanuts,
Oh, I eat
The
that.
shell?
I do that. I eat the shell.
not the shell, but the like, you know, the
Oh, the little
red
skin?
the red skin
Yeah.
thing. Like that's
I
what it
love
tastes
that
like
too.
to me.
No, yeah,
Maybe
you've
that's
never
why
been
I
to a
like it.
Cubs game with this guy where he just takes the peanuts and just throws them
Shoves them
straight
in.
in. Doesn't spit the shell out, just
No,
everything.
I eat the shell.
You
dude.
can't eat
It's
that.
fiber. It's like pure fiber. You go to the bathroom the next day, but it's pure fiber.
Well, I hope you go to the bathroom every day.
Well, yeah, that's a really good point. You know what? The finish is not bothering me at all. I think I like the finish. You know, the ethanol goes through the whole journey. It goes from the nose to the palate to the finish. It's definitely
It's
there.
definitely there, yeah.
But it doesn't bother me, especially knowing that it's a young whiskey.
It's nice because it doesn't linger.
It doesn't linger either, right?
It kind of flashes and then it's done. Then the flavors really come rolling out.
Yeah.
Hell, that,
Yeah,
that peanut buttery finish just kind of sticks with me for a while.
I don't dislike it,
I
but
like
I'm not like enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, I don't taste the peanut butter. I taste honey. Like in the finish, it's more like honey for me. It's not peanut butter. It's more like cinnamon. Actually, I'm starting to taste some cinnamon, especially in the
Interesting.
finish.
Yeah, I'm still on the peanut thing.
A little bit of. Clove.
I'm not I'm not getting peanut butter. I'm getting like raw peanut or like roasted peanut.
Maybe that's why I really like it, because I love anything peanut. Like anything peanut. I like.
Like Charlie Brown and
Yeah, like the
Lucy.
peanuts. Right, exactly.
okay.
And Scooby.
Peanuts was a comic.
I know I know
Um,
what the peanuts are. Thank you. I don't
Let me
watch
talk to you about Star Wars.
shows for 4-year-old girls.
Yeah, I mean, I have a sister, so I definitely watched.
So did I.
I grew up with
Oh,
all
well,
that
okay,
shit.
that's why.
Yeah, I grew up with all that shit.
Yeah, I had 2 younger brothers. We just beat the living shit out of each other all the time.
That was my brother and me.
Sounds like a lot of toxic masculinity, Jake.
That's a really good point. I'm surprised you don't have like Rainbow Brights. But yeah, maybe that's all. Like, I can't identify peanut, but I love anything peanut, so I'm not complaining. Great whiskey. Again, it's I wouldn't pay. How much was this one?
I think they're both around
Like
150.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I would pay for 150 for a whiskey like this, but it's a good unicorn. It's a great bottle to keep on the shelf.
Yeah, so I think the question on the unicorns would be, is it worth hunting for or not?
I mean, I can start.
Go ahead.
For me, it's a yes, because I just like to have unicorns on my shelf. Yeah, like I have some that I don't really care for. But
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's a good, it's a unique bottle that's hard to find. You're just doing it at that point just for showing off even. A lot of people like to show off their bourbon, and I don't mind it.
For me, and I guess like this, what depends on what type of collector you are when you're talking unicorn bottles, right?
Yeah.
In my collection, I don't have nearly the amount of bottles you guys have. I try and keep a smaller stable of whiskeys that I really like to enjoy drinking, which I do have some very, very hard to find unicorn bottles on my top shelf.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all drink our unicorns.
Yeah.
It's not there to look pretty. If it's really damn good whiskey,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got to drink
'em.
it.
Even the Pappies, you just open them.
Yeah. And with the way I drink, I wouldn't, because I like to have my very hard to find unicorns up top. Then my middle shelf is basically the stuff that I'm going to be drinking
Yeah.
every night. And then I have
Your regulars.
yeah. And in my opinion on this, most of my regulars I would rather drink than this.
Interesting.
I understand the uniqueness of it and everything. I like the story with it, but I like to drink my whiskey, and it's not one of my favorite whiskeys. It's not towards the top. So I would say, in the way that I drink whiskey and collect whiskey, I would pass.
Yeah, I mean, I would buy it if I saw it. I'm with you. It's not my favorite whiskey. Like Eagle Rare is better than this. But I would buy it if I found it, because it's a unique bottle.
Yeah. I'm glad I bought it. I do like it. I've had better. But I do like it, and I will drink it.
Yeah. Right.
But if I came across another one, I don't think I'd pick up a second.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a second one. And that's the case with a lot of mine. Like, normally I find one and I don't buy a second one. Now, my guy in Dallas, he had many readily available, so I just bought many, even if I didn't really like them. But something like this, it's a good bottle. I like it. I like the whiskey. It's young, but it's good. It's smooth. I like the tones. I like the flavors. I am not complaining. I'm glad you opened it.
We're doing double unicorn here, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a camel corn.
A what?
Camel corn, 2 humps. There's 2. I don't know.
A camel.
Camel hump is a Chinese food that I really want right now.
Yeah. Why is it called a unicorn?
That's a really good point.
It should be unihorn.
Because whiskey is made of corn, idiot.
I guess that's true.
It's a really good. I don't know. That's
Bourbon is made of corn.
In Spanish, it's also the same thing, and it's
Braden makes
that's not how we
corn.
say it.
I'm not continuing on with your song.
It's a nice bottle too. Like, it's a cool bottle.
Yeah.
The book is cool.
Yeah, the presentation on on both these bottles is nice.
With the leather and everything.
Yeah, the labels are really well done. The Jacob's Well came with a tin case, which is pretty nice. Maybe have Dan make that into a candle one day.
Yeah.
Because you have a Jefferson one, right, Roberto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I might have that. Might be my giant Dan candle.
That thing, dude, I've burned it for like 47 hours and it's still like 1/8 burnt. I think it's
Dude, that was like 4 pounds of candle wax in that
thing's
thing.
gonna last me. I think Michael's made their annual sales with the freaking wax.
The good news is I just bought 45 pounds of wax.
Oh,
so
shit.
Oh, nice. So this next one is Jacob's Well. It's 184 months old.
Oh God, I saw 184. I'm like, hopefully that's not the proof.
What is the proof?
108, same as the last
Same
one.
as that one. 108. Holding this up to the light.
I showed the wrong bottle.
Yeah. So holding this up to the light, this is undeniably darker.
Oh yeah, you can tell for sure.
This is like getting into the like Woodford Double Oak kind of shades, where it's like
Peerless
almost like Coca-Cola.
Double Oak too.
Not quite Coca-Cola, but it's pretty
It's
close.
definitely dark. Yeah. This has been aging. You can tell. That smells really good. I enjoy this.
On the nose, the ethanol is definitely not as present.
It's not as dominant. I'm enjoying on the nose. It's really good, syrupy.
This is a lot more syrup, a lot more like leather.
Very syrupy.
Oak.
I say leather. I get a lot of leather on it.
Definitely oak.
I'm getting some vanilla too.
Definitely vanilla.
Maybe even like
I get a little banana out of it. Just a little.
I was thinking
Very
like
subtle.
plum or like
Oh, that's a good one.
nectarine. Is that the other?
No, it's plum and because nectarine is more like a peach, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, like
Is that what you were thinking about?
stone fruit. Type of thing.
Yeah. And now that I say peach, now I smell a little peach in this.
Yeah.
I get almost
So
like
fruity. So I mean,
that's what it
I think we agree
reminds
that it's
me of.
fruity.
I almost get a little charcoal out of this.
Yeah,
That
I
would
could
be
see
good.
that too.
I haven't smelled it yet, but that would be good. No, I get lighter fluid out of it.
I mean, we're going to the opposite end of the spectrum with this.
Yeah.
We're going from a 2-year-old to a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's contrasting.
15 might be the oldest thing that I have.
You got a red
bourbon.
21 right here.
I know.
I was gonna say bourbon.
That's true.
You have
For
a
bourbon.
21-year-old lock, stock, and barrel over there.
That's a rye.
Yeah, bourbon is.
I don't know if I have. Yeah, I think 15 might be the oldest bourbon I have.
That's the oldest I have. I have an IW 15.
Okay.
I don't have a 15.
Because it was the Pappy 12 and Weller 12
Yeah,
tied.
as
As far as I know, anyway.
I don't have a 15. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a 15. I mean bourbon. I have a couple of scotches that are up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have a shit. What is the 14 that I have? Old Forester. It's not Old Forester.
You have a Sam Houston 15.
I do have a Sam. Yeah.
You have a Calumet 16.
I have a Calumet 16. I haven't opened that though.
15.
So yeah, I guess Calumet 16 is the oldest I have.
So maybe Sam 15 is the oldest one I have.
Yeah.
What's the one that?
Well, you have a Calumet 15
Old Fitzgerald.
too.
I have an Old Fitzgerald 14.
Oh
Which
yeah.
I'm stupid for opening because they're going for like $1,600 right now. Yeah, I'm pretty stupid.
But I mean, like, so one of the things that
Not going to say it. I'm just going to let that go.
That's like, yeah.
Can we get that on the soundboard when he's not here so I can just play that all the time?
I'm stupid. Yeah.
Damn it, I'm stupid.
That one, right there. Right there. Just get that, and we're going to put it right here. And I'm going to put a little Post-it note on there so I know.
Damn it.
But I mean, I think all of us,
Oh my God, this is so good.
because you two tried the Pappy 20.
No, it was like the 18, I think.
15.
15.
The
It was
15?
Yeah.
And I like the 12 better than the 15.
And I like the 12
Yeah,
better than
you-
15 too.
Didn't care for the 15, right?
It was
mean,
good.
it wasn't
It's not that I
bad.
didn't care, but it wasn't as good
Okay.
as the 12.
I think 12 tastes better than
And
15.
I've heard that the Pappy 23
3.
yeah.
is like difficult. So
I haven't had it. Yeah.
I mean, like Calumet 16 is like the oldest readily available whiskey I've ever
and
seen.
It's only like 130 or something. It's not that bad.
Yeah. And like, I think that's kind of where bourbon bottoms out on age before it starts to get too challenging for people to drink. If that makes sense.
Wait, hold on. What's a Dickey?
Dickel?
Dickey. That's
We've got Dickel.
That's 15.
15.
Is it 13?
Oh, you guys had 15s. I got a 13.
Yeah, me and Roberto have Dickel 15
for
too.
like freaking $50 or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that.
And it
one.
was so freaking good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Or like it really was like 45.
I'm gonna drink this because I haven't drank it yet.
Oh, I already had some sips. Dickel 15. I forgot about that. And you can go to your local liquor store, find it on the shelf. Everybody will have it. It is not hard to find. I don't know why. For 15, and the value is just so great.
It showed up a lot.
It did. I mean, Benny's had like 2 shelves full of it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So freaking good.
This also is fantastic.
This is great. What do you think?
I just tried my first sip. I'm going to let it sit there for a second before going for a second one. First one kind of shocked the back of the palate a little bit. It's definitely, the first sip for me tasted, even though it's the same proof, tasted a little stronger than the last one, but I just want to take a second here.
I
don't know how to describe this.
There is a bit of a shock on this one compared to the other one. I don't know why.
From
like alcohol wise.
Oh, interesting.
Even though they're the same proof, I agree with Dan. This one's feels hotter for some reason.
The first sip was pretty strong. The second sip was a little bit better. Here, give me a second.
I took a sip of water in between too, so that probably didn't help. But
maybe it's acidic.
It is acidic, yes.
Yeah.
I'm
really definitely getting a lot of
getting syrup.
I'm getting a lot of like dark tones.
Yes.
Yes. Like I'm getting char. This is not like oak. It's like char.
That goes by charcoal smell that I had earlier.
Yeah. Definitely getting some syrup. But it's a little bit bitter syrup. Like if that makes sense.
Bitter. Yes, it really does. That's exactly what I'm tasting.
There's some vanilla, but again, it's not like a sweet.
No, there's not much sweetness.
There's a burnt taste of some sort.
Yeah,
and it's like the char that you're talking about.
I don't know, because like the first one, the Colonel Beam, was pretty sweet. So I don't know if this is just tasting less sweet because that one was more,
Yeah.
But I do enjoy this one though.
I'm really enjoying it because it's bold. It's a bold flavor,
and you're definitely getting like that leather. I think carries through onto the palate also.
Yeah. It's a bold flavor that I like. I'm tasting some sort of burnt something, a char or a charcoal, in a good way. I'm roasted coffee. I'm getting notes of roasted coffee. I'm getting notes of dark chocolate, like bold flavors.
I'm getting like dark coffee though.
Yeah. It's
like dark roast.
Yeah.
Like a dark roast. Hazelnut.
Maybe that's. I think that's the bitter note is like dark roast coffee. Yeah, I can see hazelnut.
Little hazelnut in there. But it's syrupy too. Like the syrup taste, on the finish I get sweetness. Like the
finish
bitter,
is pretty sweet.
Like bitter on the front, like coffee, like we were talking about, coffee, dark chocolate, charcoal. And then I just get a syrup taste when it's
finished. And the mouthfeel is very syrupy.
Yes.
Compared to the other one.
Yeah. Like NyQuil.
I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys are getting this too or not. I'm getting a pretty strong Kentucky hug out of this. Like this warms me up right down through the center.
I'm not getting that.
I'm not getting that either.
All right, I'm just a little wuss.
Yeah, you go to Eastern Europe for 2 weeks and then you come back like, oh shit.
I mean, it hit me in the mouth on the first sip. But it's mellowed out.
Yeah, the finish to me is actually pretty smooth. It's not bad. I feel a nice warmth, but not like a Kentucky hug, if that makes sense. I feel like I took a sip of coffee warmth.
It's kind of like the Kentucky guy hug where you put your forearm in front of each of your chest and then you pat each other's back. So like you both have that
Give a
forearm.
little bit of space.
Yeah, you both have that forearm, so you got about a good 5 inches before you're touching. Then you just do the back of the pat on the back, and you're good.
Then you do the ass out hug. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh no, I go ass in. Like
As in,
I'm more worried about my chest touching. Like downstairs, we do what we want.
yeah, the penis bump.
Yeah,
Tip to
This
tip.
took-
tip to tip.
Let's gingerly touch our tips.
It was God. No, what was it on Letterkenny? The hockey guys were talking about like when you have to share a room, and it's like you can slip, you can sleep pole to pole or hole to hole, but you can't sleep pole to hole.
Yeah. Prohibited.
It's like planes, trains, and automobiles.
That's a good movie. That's old.
That's not a pillow.
That's an old movie, man.
That's how does he know that movie?
I know,
and
and not
Rainbow,
Rainbow
Bright.
Because I know good things.
Have you ever seen an episode of Rainbow Bright?
It revolutionized TV.
No, I haven't.
It was like Rainbow Bright and Care Bears. There's like 2 rainbow
Care
superpower.
Bears, man. My sister watched all of them.
Me and my dad used to wake up at like 5 a.m. and watch Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh wow!
on Saturday
That was-
mornings.
Yeah, see, I didn't get that because I was already 12 or 15 or something.
Yeah.
when that came out. I'm enjoying this whiskey. I really am. Like, I would buy a bottle and I would drink it.
Mhm.
This is really good. Love the presentation of the bottle.
The
with
presentation's
leather.
very good. I see the tin over on the
Tin.
shelf. The tin
Yeah.
looks very beautiful.
$10 is great.
So yeah, verdicts on this one.
I like this a lot better than the 2-year-old.
I do too. I don't. Again, I didn't dislike the 2-year-old, but I like this. I like this a lot. This is good.
This was good. What's the MSRP? Do we know the MSRP on this?
Both of them, I
150, I
think,
think.
were about 150.
Okay, so if you're paying 150, this is a way better choice. The 15 year is way better than it.
It made me sneeze.
So huntable.
Huntable, yes. If I saw it, I'd be 50-50. If I'd buy
You're a
it or
bit
not.
stingier than me and Roberto.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
always
way
very
more
stingy,
stingy.
yeah.
But we got to have. We're all different bourbon people.
Yeah,
I think this would be a good compliment to your collection, though.
I think so too. It would be a compliment to my collection. That's for sure.
Because you do have some good bottles on your top shelf.
Well, yeah, there's a couple Pappies up there. There's a Weller Full Proof up there.
Yeah.
That's solid. Freaking.
But you don't have in the
Well, and then I got an Elmer up there. I got the Woodford Master. The Woodford Batch Proof is up there right now.
you don't
I would-
have you don't have any Jim Beam representation up there
No. Suntory.
Not a
though. Or do you
big-
have you have a knob 15, don't you?
Knob 12.
I forgot that we have knob 15, don't we?
Yeah.
All of a sudden we have all these
See,
15-year-old
all right.
whiskeys.
So okay, so good.
I don't have any 15. Oh shit, I have a knob.
Good for bringing that up. I would rather have knob 15 over this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Knob 15 is good. This is good too though. The 15.
For me, I would knob 15 for
The knob 15 was cheaper
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's 70.
70.
I would look for more of a knob 15 over this for 150.
Yeah, I mean the price difference makes a difference.
Yeah.
I would love a bottle of the 15 for sure. Like I would buy it, no problem.
Yeah. I think this is worth looking for.
Yeah.
If I came across another one, I think I would pick it up just because I do like it.
Yeah, of the 15.
Yeah, of
Like
this
one,
one.
you probably wouldn't. pick up.
Yeah, I would pass on the
Yeah, on the 2.
2-year. I'm glad I bought it. I will drink it. Like I said, but the 15 I think is worth looking for and getting a second one.
I would agree.
Here's an interesting spin I want to throw on this. So I paid hefty for a bottle of Taylor Single Barrel.
Yes.
I paid $175 for that. This is $150. let's call that fairly comparable price.
Mm-hmm.
I
170s for a single barrel Taylor is just
For me, I would buy another 175 single barrel Taylor
Hell yeah,
over
it's
this.
so freaking
I don't want to take away that this is a good whiskey. It's
Yeah.
not that I don't think it's a good whiskey. If I'm going unicorn hunting though, I think I'd pay 175 for a Taylor single barrel
yeah.
over 150 of this.
I think I would too. Yeah.
Because I mean, I think we should bring this up on our unicorn thing. Is what else can you find around that price that's also a unicorn? And would you take this over
I guess that's fair.
Because I mean, all this
I
unicorn.
mean, this was MSRP at 150.
right.
Yeah.
You're overpaying
Yes.
at 175 for the Taylor single.
Way
barrel.
over MSRP.
Way over, at least double.
Yeah. Oh, more than that.
So yeah, I guess in terms of like value, I think I would give it to this. In terms of like if I had $200 and I
Yeah.
could pick either one, I'd probably go with the Taylor.
Yeah.
But
I would probably too.
I think the 15-year Hardin's Creek at $150 is a better value than a E.H. Taylor single barrel at $175.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm
'Cause
not.
I don't know what the aftermarket is on this.
I haven't looked.
I don't know if it's blown up or if it hasn't. So
Well, let's take a look at that.
Google that shit. I am not upset that you opened this bottle. It is great.
Yeah.
I like this whiskey.
I mean, there's definitely like I said, some like I don't know how to describe it besides like darker,
it is bold,
deeper
bold and
kind
dark.
of flavors.
Bold and dark.
Borderline earthy, but it's not like
Maybe.
it's not like gross earthy. It's like
I don't taste earthy. Like to me, it's just bold. It's just coffee, chocolate, like black coffee. You know, like you're not putting a lot of sweetener in it. Dark chocolate in a good way. Strawberry, maybe syrup, vanilla, oak. I mean, it's just all the flavors that I like are in here. And I am not upset that you opened that bottle. I would buy it in a second. 150 is not bad, especially for a unicorn.
yeah.
Yeah. 150 for a unicorn isn't bad at all.
Yeah. What does the internet say?
It's not on some of the reputable
shoppings,
places
yeah.
where you know it's going to be the right bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm having troubles finding it right now, but
Look for
Maybe it hasn't hit aftermarket. I don't
look
know.
for Jacob's Well.
that's what I searched.
Jacob's
Oh, that's
Well's
what you
good,
did.
Yeah. So yeah, no, great whiskey. It's a good 15. I don't have any 15s, except for like 7 of them.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too much on it.
Welcome to an episode of We Google Matters.
That's what we always do.
Benny's has it at 160.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I was looking for the drizzlies, the wooden corks, the stuff like that. Where but I'm not seeing too much of it. Yeah, I'm seeing the MSRP price right around 155 to 165. But
Not bad.
anywho, not a big deal.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
maybe it hasn't developed an aftermarket.
Yeah.
Probably not yet. Yeah.
So Hardin's Creek, if you're seeing one past 2-year, grab 15-year. It'd be
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're into it, get it.
I mean,
all right. Well, back to the Taylor single barrel. I paid a little more than double for that.
yeah.
I would definitely not pay more than double for this. If this is 150, I would not
No.
pay 300. You gonna make it over there?
I might pay 20 to 30 over MSRP for this. That's about it.
That's about it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, nowhere close to like double.
No.
150 is right for this bottle. That's great.
I think it's a
good
good value for a 15-year whiskey.
I think so too. Yeah.
You're paying $10 per year, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
which is not bad. I love the bottle. I love the color. I like the taste. I like the finish. I like the notes.
yeah, there and Calumet 15 is always available.
Calumet 15 is easily available. Yeah. Dickel 15.
Dickel 15 is pretty available, it seems. But I mean, like this. I mean, I don't know. I like Jacob's Well. I would pick up a second one.
I would too
if I came across it.
Oh yeah, I would buy one in no time. I would buy another one just to keep it.
I think the odds of coming across it have probably gone down.
Yeah.
But if I were a whiskey collector and I came across the Colonel Beam 2-year,
yeah,
I think I might pick it up.
Yeah.
If I already had one, I would pass on a second.
For the 2, yeah.
If you're
like me and have a smaller collection, I'd definitely pass the 2-year.
Yeah.
I'd consider the 15-year.
Yeah, if you're not looking for something particularly interesting, I would pass on the 2-year.
Agreed. Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right.
Well, first episode of Unicorns done. We'll have to think of some other old.
We'll find some other unicorn somewhere.
Yeah, and find some other references to talk about that Jake
Rainbow
doesn't know
Bride.
yet.
The Care Bears. Cabbage Patch. What else is out there?
I know all of those things.
G.I. Joe, Transformers.
I just don't know this rainbow whatever.
She was big in the 80s, man. Or 90s, if you're damn.
Light Bright. Wait, what was it?
I was born in the 80s.
Rainbow Bride.
I was 84. I was early 80s.
So you grew up with Rainbow Bride, for sure.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right, well,
Let's wrap it up.
that was fun. I enjoyed it.
Where did you get that glass from?
From the previous episode.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that was a good one.